Hello, I'm Zorab and this is Byther Farm. And today I thought we'd do a garden tour. But first of all, I need to let the birds out for the day. Well, hello! Good morning, sweeties. Hello, darlings. Hello. Yes, hello, good morning. Hello. Yes, it's lovely to see you all. Yes. Oh, good morning. No, you want to go down? There you go then. Hello, hello. Oh, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Out here in the area that we call the orchard, although it actually goes the full length of the field. This apple tree is just splendid. We've never seen it with so much blossom on it. Likewise, the cherry is looking fabulous. The pear tree back here is absolutely smothered with flowers. I'm really hopeful for a good crop this year. And in the far corner there's a little apple tree that has fallen over. The wind took it over during one of the storms. We kind of propped it back up again. Even that's got flowers on it. The shrubbery is really starting to fill out and look lovely. This St John's wort, a Hypericum hidcut. I can't believe how big this has grown over a couple of years. This was grown from a seedling that I found in the gravel on the yard. It's all looking really good. And the fruit trees behind me, this is an elderflower, and indeed the flowers are just starting to come. And on that side, those are plums and damsons. The trees put on an amazing show of flowers, so hopefully we'll get a really good crop from them this year. I'm working my way down the garden. The peach tree has already had its blossom. I can't see any tiny peaches on it yet, but I'm not sure I did last year until they were about the size of a golf ball. So fingers crossed that does well. Just here is a honeyberry that's flowered and it's still flowering, and I can see fruit forming on that. And this cherry tree is just beautiful. I adore it. I love cherry blossom. So hopefully there'll be lots of cherries there. And I'm really pleased with how this area is looking. The long border is starting to fill out, which is lovely. The short border here, which I did much sooner, things are starting to grow. There's not nearly as much in this as there is in the long border. Makes me feel like I want to plant some more things in here, but sometimes less is more, and we'll wait and see. But the apple tree here is doing really well. There's another apple over there, equally well. It looks like it could be a really good year for fruit. And over here on the archway going into the side of the annual vegetable garden is the rose that I took from a cutting at the last house we were in. It's a climbing red rose. I've got no idea what variety it is, but I've talked about looking forward to it going up and over the archway, and it really is doing well. It's climbing really nicely. It's probably got to about nearly 5 feet tall now, so it's not quite 5 feet, but it's getting there, and it's covered in buds. And then working my way down towards the polytunnel. This is my edible flower bed, so everything in here is edible one way or another. Again, I filled in some gaps with some lettuce, and there's some chard that I transplanted from last year. Well, this is going to seed now, but I still break bits off and give them to the chickens, and they appreciate it. So that's starting to fill out. And over here, on the other side of here, there's a small bed with 4 rhubarb in it. So I bought a selection of rhubarb crowns, 4 different varieties, which hopefully will give us a really long rhubarb season. and over that side is the beginning of my market garden. This is a quince tree that we planted in memory of our old cat Tabitha. She's buried here. This is looking really good. It's got a lot more flowers on it than it did last year, so hopefully we'll have a nice quince crop. Neither Mr. J and I are absolutely convinced about quinces yet, but they're just a bit perfumey, but I think they'll make amazing wine, and they are very good in with other fruit. Well, this is a plum tree. It's sent out loads of growth from below, so I need to get rid of that. So we just have the stem and the actual tree, and not all this extra. Once this is gone, this will be a lovely shape. I really like the shape of it. It's very open, it's a goblet shape, so that's a good shaped tree. Just a few months ago, this area had the chickens in it, and I have started transforming it into a small market garden. So at the back there, I've created a brassica tunnel. I've put in red cabbages, and there are Brussels sprouts and kalettes and kale and all sorts of things to come in here yet, but I've started. This bed has got onions in it. These went in early winter. They're doing really well, they're looking healthy. I can see quite a lot of them are red onions. I'd forgotten whether I put in red or white. It looks like I've put in a mixture, so that's good. And then they are interplanted with parsley, which had gone to seed in bed number 16. So I lifted lots of those, put them in here, so we've got quite a nice row of parsley going on there. I can see a rogue potato. Well, that can grow, that's not a problem. And I also transplanted a few chard leaves, which are doing okay, but I think they're going to seed as well now. This row here is strawberries. These are a late crop because the ones we've got over in the annual vegetable garden are a very early strawberry. These are a much later one. Absolutely no sign of any flower buds yet, so hopefully this will give us a crop of strawberries in something like July. Then I've put in a row of beet. So I've got beet leaves at that end. The middle section has got some that I'll be growing for roots, and at that end I've just sown some seeds, so they will come a bit later. So hopefully there will be a constant flow of beet leaves and beets to eat. And then here I've put up this framework of canes and netting, and in here I've planted some mange tout, which I think in other places is called snap peas, and these ones have a purple pod. So my plan for this area is to slowly work my way across it, creating more rows of food. And as I understand more about spacing for plants in a market garden style situation, I'm sure I will adapt and I will change how I'm growing. So just here we've got the juvenile chickens. Next week hopefully a whole bunch of those will be going off to their new home, and we'll just be left with some boys that will join the main flock who live in that side. So they've got this area here. It goes through the stable and then it goes out to another part of the field in that direction. And our plan over the next few weeks is to change this completely. So this part will still be here. The front part of it will go, and will go on the back there, so that this area, this covered enclosed area, actually goes right up to our fence over there. And this is the area that will keep the turkeys in. They can then have quite a large covered area in the what's now the chicken palace, but will become the turkey palace, and they'll be that way, which will free up the front half here for more crops. Now it does seem like I'm growing an awful lot of food, and I am, but this year we're selling veg boxes, and I had thought I would just do maybe half a dozen and that I might struggle to find half a dozen people who wanted to sign up to a veg box scheme. There are actually plenty of people who want to sign up to the veg box scheme, probably more than I can cater for this year. And once all this growing area is set up and it's organised, then hopefully next year I'll be able to increase the number of people we're supplying veg to. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up or leave a comment, or both. And if you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to the channel.